When was the last time you gave yourself a pause? Try to remember. Perhaps it was on a sweltering summer day, with the sun beating down relentlessly and an icy glass of water in your hand as you sat on a bench beneath the shade of an old tree. Or maybe it was a fleeting moment stolen from the daily grind, a steaming cup of coffee resting on your kitchen table while the rest of the world seemed to freeze, suspended in that instant. We live in a world that rushes forward without ceasing, an endless train speeding along its tracks. Clocks tick, screens flash, and every minute seems to vanish before we can even grasp it. To stop, that feels like rebellion, like leaving a book half read just to savor the silence of the room, or turning off your phone to truly hear, really hear, the wind whispering outside your window. But what happens when you stop, even just for a moment? When you close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the noise be swept away by the rhythm of your breath. In that fleeting instant, the magic of pauses takes hold. It's not just a moment of stillness, it's a portal to clarity, where chaos dissolves like mist under the morning sun. Today, let's explore this hidden power together. Let's discover how pauses, so simple yet so overlooked, can become your greatest ally, not just for your physical well-being, but for your mind, your creativity, and most importantly, your success. Because sometimes it's in the silence that we find the answers we've been searching for all along. Imagine your mind as a lit candle. The flame burns bright, flickering, tireless. Every thought, every decision, every problem to solve feeds that light, but even the sturdiest candle, if left unprotected, will burn itself out. The wax melts, the wick shortens, and that once brilliant flame risks fading into silence. We live with the belief that we can do it all the time, without ever stopping. But here's a secret few remember. Pauses are not a luxury, they're a necessity. According to a groundbreaking study from Harvard Business School, brief pauses during the day can transform our mental state. They improve focus, lower stress, and act as an antidote to burnout. And it doesn't take an entire day at a spa or a vacation on a faraway island. Even just 5 minutes will do. 5 minutes to get up from your chair, stretch, let your body take a deep breath, or walk to the window and look at the sky. Have you ever noticed how different the sky looks when you take the time to truly see it? And in that moment, something extraordinary happens. You return stronger, more present, more alive. Every pause is a gift you give yourself, a promise that the best is yet to come. Some of the greatest ideas in history were born during moments of pause. A solitary walk, the rhythmic cadence of water in the shower, or that quiet moment stolen from the chaos of the day, when silence becomes a sanctuary. Albert Einstein knew this well when he said, "Creativity is seeing what everyone else has seen and thinking what no one else has thought." But when does this really happen? Not during frantic races or jam-packed schedules. It happens when we stop looking, when we stop altogether. Think of the great innovators, artists, and thinkers. Many of their brightest ideas weren't born at a desk, but in the stillness of a quiet moment. It's there, in the absence of noise, that the mind expands. When we stop forcing it, it begins to connect dots that once seemed fragmented, like stars, aligning to form a constellation. Pauses aren't a slowdown, they're a catalyst. In that deep breath, in that walk with no destination in mind, creativity finds its space to bloom, its fertile ground, a garden that flourishes when we give it the room to breathe. Saying no isn't a rejection, it's a promise whispered to your heart. Every time you choose to stop, every time you decide to take a pause, you're saying yes to yourself. It's a yes the world often doesn't understand, but one that rings clear as a bell in your soul. We live in a society that glorifies busyness, where saying no feels almost like betrayal. But true courage lies right here, in drawing a line and firmly declaring that your time, your energy, and your essence are priceless. Saying no to what's non-essential is an act of gentle rebellion, a reclaiming of your right to exist without compromise. And then there's that magic that happens when the noise fades. In the silence of pauses, confusion retreats like the tide, and what truly matters emerges with almost blinding clarity. Every pause becomes a meeting with yourself, a moment to rediscover who you are and realign with what makes you feel alive. It's in that fragile balance between saying no to others and yes to yourself that you find your strength. Pauses aren't a whim nor a privilege reserved for a select few. They're a quiet necessity, the bridge that connects your present to your potential. They're the breath that allows you to recharge, the stillness that nourishes your soul, the space where life rediscovers its natural rhythm. Today, give yourself a moment. Close your eyes and let the world fade away for just an instant. Breathe deeply, as if every breath is a promise of serenity. Imagine your mind as a still lake where each thought rests gently like an autumn leaf settling on the water. No rush, no noise, just peace. And then, when you feel ready, we'd love to hear from you. When was the last time a pause transformed your day? Share in the comments because your stories might inspire others. Don't forget to follow us for more sparks of inspiration and moments that nourish the soul. Remember, every extraordinary journey, every endeavor that leaves a mark, always begins with a moment of stillness, and your next pause might just be the start of something wonderful. Sparks and shadows, always and forever.